All right, welcome to the show. It is October 5th here in spooky Iowa. Nathan Creeps joined by my co-host, Mr. Bryce Borgersheller. Bryce, it's officially spooky season, and when it becomes spooky season, there's one annual guest that always makes his appearance here on the show. And without further ado, please welcome back Frank.
Welcome back, Frank. And happy spooky season to everyone that celebrates. I love Frank. Dude, Frank's such a vibe.
Still,
He
still got,
lost a little bit of his arm motion from last year, it looks like,
I
though.
see that. It's still surprisingly working, but he's trying to put it together. Hang in there, buddy. You got a couple days left.
Yeah, it's just really not spooky season until Frank makes an appearance. Do you have any other additional decorations this year?
No, just some pumpkins. But you know what's really fucking spooky is when the fiance and the wife are gonna close out our episode today for the first time in the Iowa Chill history. We'll be bringing on the spouses as they've been begging for a year. We finally succumbed to our losses, and we'll be letting them on the show. And they're gonna be ranking their top fall date ideas here in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a great segment. If there's one thing I know about the ladies is when things get tough and you need more views, the ladies are always going to be there to help you out. And I think it's going to be an awesome segment. Darrian's got a pretty decent list. She's been putting it together all weekend, so I hope it's good by now. But that'll be fun. Yeah, top of the hour. The ladies will be joining the show, and we will be getting the hell out of these seats.
We'll be.
Are you nervous at all? Is Madison prepared for a hot mic?
It's either going to be a great risky hit by us, or we'll be going to jail. We'll be googling the hostess lawyer
Agreed.
in the Cedar Valley.
It's either the start of the show or the end of the show.
No, I'm looking for it. Yeah,
It'd be fun.
They've been, like I said, she's been begging here for the last year to finally come on the show. So great stand by us. Really, really awesome stand by us, keeping away for more than a year to get onto the camera. But they did their time,
and
it's only right.
They did. They waited patiently. I think there was a bunch of ideas floating around, and finally this one made a lot of sense. I also think at some point, Valentine's Day, we have never been great at giving gifts or being romantic on some of these holidays, and I think that they'd be great guests for that moment as well. But yeah, this is a great one to kick it off, and if it goes well, hopefully we can have them back on. And fun for people like Hannah Faust, who have been listening since day one and tune in every week and get to hear from the ladies now. So that'll be cool.
It's also a really good cheat code for us because kind of like you said about like Valentine's Day, you and I have notoriously have been terrible at planning dates and pleasing the ladies. So we can use this as a cheat code. One, let them on the episode, and two, we kind of listen in the background for some potential date ideas. See if we can't learn off of them.
Yes.
And if we do what they say here, we can't be wrong.
Well, that's one thing that I definitely already have found myself getting a little bit more excited for the spooky holiday itself. Going down the list of things that were potentially going to be on Darrian's, I'm like, man, there's a few things I would like to go do this October. Pumpkin patches and apple orchards and all that stuff is, it takes a second backseat to football a lot of times, but maybe one of these weekends we can make that happen. So very excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah, well, speaking of your weekend, brother, I heard you're up here in the area.
We were, and it was very fitting because we were all Halloween themed. Carved pumpkins, made soup, watched scary movies. We did the whole shebang up in Denver, Iowa with the Spainhauer side of the family. So great weekend. A little early because it was pretty warm. We got a lot of outdoor time because it was 85 degrees, sunny, and very windy. So that was kind of fun, but at the same time didn't exactly bring in the ambiance of fall yet.
No, what movies were we watching?
We watched the first Creep movie with Mark Duplass, and then I think we had a little Sleepy Hollow going on in the background as we were doing some of the other fall stuff.
And then you guys went and picked pumpkins. Where'd you go grab pumpkins at?
Luckily, Robert Spainhauer had all the pumpkins picked out from the local fairway in, I believe, Waterloo. So, yeah, he found some massive ones. If you're up in Northeast Iowa, I think the fairway is still stocking some A1 pumpkins up there because they all looked great. I don't have a picture. I'll see if anybody has a picture of all of them complete and lit up, because I think we did a pretty good job. I think this might be the most effort I put into carving a pumpkin, and I would say I did my best work. It was good. So I'll try and find a picture and throw that up here for anyone that really cares.
Rob used his massive forearms to lift those massive pumpkins.
Yeah, yeah. Rob is a man's man. He is the dude. He is the dude of the household.
He's like that
Yeah,
dad
he's
when you
the
start
beast.
dating a girl. Is like the last dad you want to be introduced to. You're just scared shitless, but he's got a
Yep,
nice heart.
and it's great because he's got that hard exterior, and yeah,
Hmm.
he's a big softie. Yep. No, it was good weekend, and you got to harvest, which is like the best new tradition since marrying into the Creeps household, and in my opinion. How was the first couple days of the Shattuck harvest?
Bryce, there's nothing better than get up to the the in-law family farm, and just hitting in the semi, the combine, or the grain cart, and just being out in
Mm-hmm.
God's country and just harvesting. No, even despite the weather, with it being 40-mile-per-hour gusts and 90-degree weather, you still didn't care. You're still incredibly happy to be out there, unless if you're Nathan Creeps and you have the worst allergies in the world, then it could be a terrible time. My God.
Yeah, you sound it. You can tell in your voice and your eyes. Like if you're watching, you can see that Nate's struggling a little bit. And man, there's a lot of dust. It
Oh,
was windy for one, but also just like being out there,
oh God. Well,
kicking
yeah,
up all the dirt.
it's just so dry. And then the worst part was this year is the first year I ran the semi. So I was
Yeah.
hauling corn from, the farm or the farm ground back to the grain bins. And so when you go to dump the semi and you're emptying the corn, you got the dryer going, right? Drying the corn out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all sorts of commotion going on. You got the noise. There's a lot of red flakes that come up from the corn uh, after
Mm-hmm.
when you're in the drying process, and then sure enough, you had 40-mile-per-hour south wind, so it's all blown back into me. And yesterday I didn't wear any protection, no glasses, no mask, no nothing. So I took a beating after 11, or 9 or 10 loads, and I lost that battle, and my eye was like almost completely swollen, my left eye for a while, and like 20 eye drops later, and then a bunch of nasal decongestion. We got through the night last night, and then today we decided to I had a full gear. I looked like I was in Chernobyl today, dumping corn. Ridiculous.
Did you do a little bit more today, and then you hit the road back to Cedar
Yeah,
Falls?
I did a little bit this morning. Worked for a couple hours. I only did like 2 trips today just to help out a little bit and get back to prepare for our episode today, because usually we record on Mondays, but your boys got to go into work tomorrow. But so we're recording here in this spooky evening on Sunday night. But overall, it was just a great harvest, man. You just can't beat it being out there. It,
No, it's something that I wish everyone could do. I miss being able to do that. Such a core piece of what it means to be Iowan, and just kind of feels like you're doing your small part, feeding the world, being one with nature, and kicking up all that God's country soil is not good for everybody. But I'm pretty glad that you guys get to do that. It's really really fun. The videos were cool. Fun to see Mads in the tractor, you in the semi. Was she doing? She did some combining too, right?
Nope, she only runs the grain cart.
She
Yeah,
runs the green
her
cart.
mom's
Okay,
usually
so you guys were just going side by side.
yeah, her mom's usually in the combine, and then the combine dumps to the grain
Okay,
cart, then just dumps right into me, bad boy.
and then she's got an auger on that thing too, and then she dumps to you, and you run it into town.
Well, run back to the farm. Yeah,
Okay.
where her parents live.
Yeah, Darren. That was interesting. I guess you kind of take it for granted because you live in this state, and you assume a lot of people understand kind of the process of everything. But we were driving past the Dyke New Hartford grain elevator, and she's like, "Well, like when do you take it back to the bins on the farm, and when do you take it to the elevator? Like, how do you decide that?" And I kind of gave her my answer, but like, in your words, what would you say is kind of like their process for deciding what to do with the grain?
Yeah, I'm not going to give the perfect answer but for the most part, is capacity reasons too. Some
Hmm.
farmers can only carry so much corn on their property, right? And this year he's actually building an extra grain bin, so he's going to have more room for capacity this year with corn. Smart move by him. You want to look at pricing of corn too, right? And, that's when you're getting paid,
Hmm.
is when you're finally bringing it in town and dumping that corn off. So you don't want to bring it in when prices aren't looking too good, and I also needs to be to a certain. It needs to be dry enough too to bring it in.
The
So
dry
yeah,
level, right,
uh huh.
right.
So it
Hmm.
was a couple
Yeah,
factors
that's
that
kind of
go
the answer I
into it.
gave too. And Yeah, it's like I mean, obviously you hold until the price is high. Obviously, not everyone can do that, especially if you're living off of whatever you're generating from the farm. But yeah, I remember that too. Like you're either drying it out, you're selling it, or you can't hold it, so you sell it whatever you got. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's interesting because you just take that stuff for granted, kind of.
there'll be like a random like January, February, March night where Jim's like, all right, I'm gonna go run a load of corn in this morning. So
Yeah,
every farmer's got his own method about when the right time is to bring that corn in.
sure. Yeah, I mean, hey, they know those guys have been doing it forever. That's been passed down through generations usually, and yeah, it, I know a lot of them are cranky. I haven't exactly looked at commodity prices lately, but I I don't think it's exactly $1 billion business this year. But
No, well, no. Hey, corn's yielding really high this year. The production, the quantity is going to be there, right? Uh, with all the
mhm.
rain and sunshine this year, but obviously might not be the right time to bring it in. Yeah, so
Right,
it's a waiting game. It's like stock prices. When's the right time to sell? When's the right time to to buy and all that sort of stuff. But it was funny because I farmed for one weekend out of the last 3 years, and also I think I'm a farmer.
yeah,
We're sitting at the house last
yeah,
night, and I was about to pitch this great idea about how the operation could be a lot smoother. And I stopped right in my tracks and said, what
yeah.
the hell am I talking about? I've been farm for
Sometimes
one
you
time in
just
my
got to
life.
sit back.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yep, you got
and
to
he just
just
laughed. He knew right away. He's like, yeah. He's
uh-huh,
like, whatever
uh-huh,
you say is it's not gonna help me out,
uh-huh.
mate.
Yep. Yep. Sometimes you just got to sit your ass down and listen
Yep.
and watch from the experts. I love it though. I think it's great. It's going to be, I mean, they have no plans on getting rid of that land anytime soon. So hopefully you can keep earning your stripes.
Yeah. Like I said, first year upgrade to the semi, and I really enjoyed that role. So looking forward to get back out there next year, and I can't wait for it. Bryce, did you golf in the Wifey Open this week?
We
Oh,
did.
I want to hear
Yeah.
about
Yep.
this.
We went pretty deep. It was a semi dream team. They disassembled the members that grabbed, you know, basically the original dream team and put the tournament together and won last year. And I believe the year before wanted to split up. So we assembled a new dream team, which was Jeremy, Will, and a buddy of ours named Colton. Got the boys right here. There they are. A little glared, but
How deep the boys go?
we went minus 15.
Nice. What did we shoot last year?
Had a pretty
11?
I don't think it was quite that deep.
Was it not? Eight,
Jeremy and I were
nine?
remembering something like 5.
Was that
Yeah,
it?
it was not
There's
great.
no way.
Yeah.
We could have been
Well,
better than that.
and
We had 8 strokes.
yeah, to our credit, like I think we did okay at Legacy 2 years ago, and then last year was the first year at Glen Oaks, and they hosted at Glen again this year. Minus 15 felt like a great score.
score.
I think we ended up getting third. Minus 17 was the winning score, but we played well. Everyone was complimentary. Parred, I think, only par threes and then birdied the rest.
Good,
So it
baby.
was a great tournament, really hot. Like I think we're finally on the tail end of the heat, but it was a warm day.
Yeah. No, speaking of the heat, it's coming to an end here, Bryce. We had, like I said, it was 40-mile-per-hour gusts yesterday for the last 2 days, 40-mile gusts today, but that cold front is coming in. Has it hit you yet?
I haven't been outside. I'll be completely honest. I took my Sunday nap and I haven't been outside since this morning when it was still pretty warm.
Looks like we have a high of about high 60s here for the rest of the week, which is awesome to hear because there's a little cold front coming in, bringing some rain right now as we speak. It's October 5th, Bryce. So let's dive into some weather records here in the great state of Iowa. We're looking at Des Moines, Iowa, here in a specific town of a high of 95 degrees. October 5th, recorded in 1963. There's a high of 84 today. Lowest temperature ever recorded was 30 degrees Fahrenheit, set back in 1988. Your average high is 68 degrees, and the most precipitation was 0.79 inches, set back in 2019.
Yeah, nothing crazy. After all this heat, I'm not surprised that it could get up to 95 degrees. It felt extremely warm the last few. So, but yeah, 30. Definitely not ready for that, but I'm definitely ready for the cold fronts coming through.
Yeah, each new week we move forward in the podcast. You see that lowest temperature ever recorded slowly dipping. So,
Yeah.
the times are coming here in the state of Iowa. October 5th history. Iowa history on October 5th, 1887, a massive fire, Bryce, ripped through the North Star Mills plant in Cedar Rapids. The forerunner for the modern day Quaker Oats plant located right there on I-380. I tell you what, that place has seen some history.
I'm sure it has. Yeah, that's a pinnacle of Cedar
Flood,
Rapids.
2008. That's just not a great
Yeah.
place to start a huge factory, I guess. Right in that corner.
No, and I mean, hey, the more you know, right? Like, it does seem crazy that they built all of their infrastructure on the lowest ground around the area because there's, plenty of hills and high spots. But I suppose all the commerce is around the river. So yeah, you get what the river gives you. But it's yeah, that's never good. Speaking of, I forgot to ask you. I know we went on a little bit about the farming stuff, but you guys didn't have any like hiccups or anything? No big fires, no breakdowns or anything.
No, no, no. Yeah, we talked about right away with your
Good.
dad. He's like, man, he's like, it won't take much. If something gets going, you're not going to stop it. There's many,
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
yeah,
I'm thinking of the weather right now. Like, shoot, that's not great. If something catches fire right now, it's gonna be dry and it's gonna be blowing all over.
yeah. There's a couple fire burns issued throughout the counties here in the state of Iowa, and we might not have experienced anything up in Chickasaw County, but it looks like Morning Sun, Iowa, which is just south of Muscatine, Iowa, caught themselves a little field fire as we had
I saw that. Yeah,
overheated farm equipment. Leads to a fire down there in Morning Sun. Yesterday around 1 p.m. The fire first responders arrived and found 40 acres of field were on fire. That's quite a bit. We farmed about 80 acres yesterday, so that's half of it. That's a lot of loads right there. And it took about 45
yeah.
minutes to control the fire. Could have been a lot worse with conditions yesterday. It could have been a lot worse. Maybe
Could have gone for a long time.
maybe that's just how big the field was. Maybe it was just 40 acres, so it was kind of forced to stop. I don't know. I don't imagine how we would stop it, but they said the firefighters believe it was just an overheated piece of equipment from the
Hmm.
combine that sparked the fire, and that was it. Just an
Which
overheat.
is really common, right?
Holy
Especially
shit!
with older equipment. And with the wind, I just wouldn't have been surprised if you get a few corn stalks, brush that it's already lit up and carries the road, right? Like you have the natural barriers of a lot of times gravel roads and stuff. But yeah, I mean, with the way it was blowing, I'm glad it was only 40.
You know what? I mean, it's almost, I don't know how you would stop it. You can't stop farmers from farming, but like, you think it ever came into like consideration? Like, dude, maybe we shouldn't farm today in case we start 40 acres of field on fire. I mean, for God's sakes,
I
all
think there's probably
the thing that started was this overheated piece of equipment. It's not like someone was lighting a cigarette out there
yeah,
or anything.
yeah, and I'm sure there's
God,
plenty of that
right.
too. I bet these days there's a lot less, or a lot more picking and choosing, I guess. But I don't think you ever wanted to risk back in the day when you had a good stretch of like dry days. I bet you wanted to get that
Uh-huh.
stuff harvested. A lot, especially if you're kind of living off of your land. But yeah, I bet there's more people picking and choosing these days.
Yeah, well, and honestly, machines are a lot more updated nowadays, a lot more
Right.
protected. And on our way home, we saw one combine, like, oh my god, that thing looks like it's just about ready to
Hmm.
blow up. you know,
Yeah.
What the
Yeah. I know. It's great. I love seeing that vintage equipment, but you always hope that they stay running throughout the weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's about the only Iowa news we have. So, with that being said, I mean, we might as well dive in some harvest facts here and kind of brag about how fucking awesome Iowa is this time of the year and what our farmers are
Yeah,
doing for
let's
the
do it.
country here. Bryce, the U.S. Census of Agriculture revealed Iowa had 86,911 farms with a market value of agriculture products exceeding $43.9 billion dollars worth of crops and livestock last year, 2024. Is first off, this number 86,911 farmers. Does that kind of surprise you? Is that more or is that less farmers you thought there were in Iowa? That's farms, not farmers, but farms.
It's really hard for me to know, and I guess it is surprising because all you hear is the family farm is kind of dying.
Hmm.
So I guess like to me that seems like a big number, and it makes me happy because that's the only thing I hear is that it's turning into bigger cooperatives and companies instead of family farms. But that seems like a good number,
To me, I was kind of surprised when I saw that number. I wish I would have dug in like 5 years ago to see what that number was. I can't imagine farms
right?
growing. I would assume they're shrinking. It's just like up here in Cedar Falls. A couple months later, all of a second, south of Highway 20, all of a sudden that farm's gone one day, and all you see is nothing but like Caterpillar machinery out there just plowing it down and ready to build some new shopping area. You know,
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't have the stats pulled up, but I know that's only going down. So yeah, I guess that's maybe good news. And man, the stats when you start digging into how much production is just nuts from this state.
well, more of it because a bushel of corn, Bryce, here is 50. Well, first off, a bushel of corn is 56 pounds. I didn't know that. I admit I had to find it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is a bushel of corn? What are these? Apparently, it's 56 pounds of corn. I still could be wrong. I tried did more research on it, but to me, it looks like it's 56 pounds of corn. Iowa harvested over 2.6 billion bushels of corn last year in 2024. So 2.6 billion, 56 pounds of corn was harvested last year in the state of
Yeah,
Iowa.
and I don't think I'm wrong in saying this. I believe that's more than any place in the world.
Yeah, because we have the production rankings from 2024, ranking all the states and corn. And coming in at number, we'll start with number 6 here, South Dakota. Number 5, Indiana. 4, Minnesota. 3, Nebraska. 2, Illinois, and Iowa by a large margin, kicking everybody's tail in this one. So
Yep.
love to see it. And I remember pointing out that stat last year. I think I did as much math as I possibly could. If you were to take all the corn in Iowa harvested and put it on a scale, it would have come somewhat equivalent to the Great Wall of China weight.
I remember that stat. Crazy stat. And it's hard for me, and probably a lot of people that haven't been to the Great Wall of China, but the Great Wall of China is huge. So to put it in perspective, the Great Wall of China is worth of corn from this state. And look at the Midwest just representing so much food production in this area of the world. It really is cool in that way. And it is something that we take for granted, but is like something to be very proud of.
Over 12.4 million acres will be farmed this year. And that's awesome. That's a lot of combining, a lot of tractors, a lot of farmers staying busy out there, keeping this great state moving forward. And that when we're bragging about this much harvest, that means our football teams suck.
Correct. There's things to take pride in, and sometimes that's your football team, and sometimes that's backbreaking work, making food for the world. And right now, that is kind of what we got to lean on.
Because Lord knows we need it. And the Cinderella story.
We got spared this week.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't have to watch the Hawkeyes. You can't lose on a bye week.
No, that's why I love farming this week. I don't have to worry about any football. I'm going to sit in a tractor. And that's when my life is really healing, right? And unfortunately, not going to come back to reality and start hating my life again. And first, we get to talk about Iowa State losing for once.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's dive in. It's good to know that they're human, because it kind of felt like they were going to just keep winning for the rest of the time. And by no means did I want them to lose, but I also, I was starting to wonder, is it Matt Campbell ever going to lose again? Do you have any initial takeaways from this 38-30 loss against Cincinnati?
They kind of bit themselves in the ass starting down 17-0, in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start down 10-0 on the road, it is what it is. Iowa State's got the talent to come back. And they kind of almost came back down 17-0. It was just a touchdown too much for them to start down on the road. So they really did it to themselves. And the most surprising stat that jumps out at me here, Bryce, is that they gave up 260 rushing yards, which Iowa State's is, pretty notoriously for stopping the run. And that's a ridiculous amount. You don't think of Cincinnati being an offensive powerhouse or being able to come in and push Iowa State's defensive front around, but it finally feels like that weird defensive lineup they have with 3 guys on defensive line kind of bit them in the ass finally. And Cincinnati took advantage of that, was pushing the ball down the field.
Yeah, and there's no doubt, like, Cincinnati looked like the more physical team. They were bringing it to Iowa State all day. Iowa State was down 2 starting corners. That obviously doesn't excuse giving up 260 yards of rushing. They did definitely get exposed on the outsides early in the game, put them in a hole. But yeah, it just felt like Cincinnati was much more physical. Obviously, we had a lot of faith in Rocco Becht on the road pretty much all season. I think I'm going to contend, or I'm willing to say that they're going to be in every game. They're going to contend for every game. But I think you kind of nailed it on the head. When you're that far down on the road, it's pretty tough to come back from that many points. But shoot, that's what maybe finally got exposed. You saw, Kansas State kind of become not that signature win. Iowa's what Iowa is, and you take care of Arizona, who probably had 3 fairly fraudulent wins. So this is probably their first real test. And when they face a physical opponent, it kind of got shown in a different light that this Cyclone team has to work in a little different way if they're going to compete at a high level.
Well, it pushes Iowa
big stage teams.
Pushes Iowa State from the 14th ranking back to 22, so they moved back to 8 spots, Bryce. And like we said all season, the ranking does not matter for Iowa State. What matters is the record of the Big 12, and this is a huge loss. It keeps Cincinnati tied for first place with Texas Tech, and I don't know if anybody else is. Maybe Arizona State's undefeated yet, and Iowa State's not playing a game behind. It doesn't matter what you do this season. You can't lose another game. You lose another game, you're out of the college football playoff no matter what. You still might go undefeated here and still might be out of the Big 12 championship. So now,
Utah and Arizona State. I think I'd even throw TCU up there for now. There's tough sledding. They don't have to exactly play everybody. I don't think they play Tech, and I don't think they play Utah. But
you almost want to
win the rest of them.
Yeah, now that you have a game down on you want to play those teams, and that's the bad part about it. I would say you no longer can control your destiny. So they lose that position from the driver's seat, and it just makes for a long season.
Mm-hmm. On the bright side, I'll say when fully healthy, I think Iowa State can still compete with about anybody in that conference.
Yeah, really took some injuries here, especially with their kicker. You saw their game change plan, going for 2-point conversions, trying to extend 4th down plays and get an extra possession out of their game plan, and obviously, kind of came back to bite them in the ass a little bit. Up next, they travel to Boulder, Colorado, where I imagine a lot of Cyclone fans have had this one kind of playing out through the season. As I would say, travels to play 2-4 Colorado Buffaloes. They open up as a 4.5 favorite this game. Colorado is not Colorado without Shadir Sanders and Travis Hunter this year.
Definitely not. It seems like a great opportunity to rebound to me. And I'm just excited to have both teams back on the TV. I'm ready after a little bit of time with that heartbreaking loss against Indiana. I'm ready to think about the Hawkeyes again. And you know what? And give me 2 days, and I'll be ready to think about the Cyclones again. That was tough. I was really kind of putting my eggs in the Cyclone basket because I didn't think that Iowa was going to be able to generate much national recognition. So give me a few more days. I'll heal from all the wounds from the last 10 days of Iowa and Iowa State football, and I do think that this is a rebound game for both teams. Wisconsin played Michigan maybe tougher than I thought.
Yep.
I do think that Iowa can win this game. I think I'm taking the spread to 4.5 against Colorado.
Yeah, I definitely would. Like I said, I think you're going to have a pretty good fan base from Iowa State out there, and Colorado's nobody's at their games right now. They were last year, just with the hype of the football season. Now they're 2-4. They're kind of just chilling for the rest of the season. Iowa State's kind of had this one for the bucket list for travel fans. Give me the Cyclones in this one. And now we have Iowa coming to another night game. Traveling to Camp Randall Stadium against Wisconsin, and where Iowa has owned the series against Luke Fickell. Is this a trap game, Bryce?
Potentially. There was moments, actually, that Wisconsin looked decent against Michigan this last week. And I thought Wisconsin had almost given up. So one thing's for sure, Wisconsin is not going to have given up yet this season, and especially not because I believe this is one of the games that they circle every single year. So yes, this is a potential trap game. What I'm more interested in is like the injuries and all that. I'm not going to go in overly confident. I've seen enough of Iowa this year. This is by no means like an easy win. I do think we can win, but it's so dependent on who's playing.
Right, and nobody seems to give any information about Mark Gronowski. It's not as bad as people think it is, but like, is it a 3-game sit out? Is it a 1-week sit out? That's a huge difference. We absolutely need him right now. And I was talking about last 2 podcasts ago, where I'm like, we need him to sacrifice every ligament in his body to get us a W. And he went out then and got injured. So
and he got injured almost immediately.
Yep. Now here we are. And if Hank Brown coming in, it reminds me of like Deacon Hill a little bit coming in against Wisconsin a couple years ago. You don't got to do much. Iowa should outmatch Wisconsin almost every position in this game, but the night game scenario kind of scares me. The 42 push-ups that Wisconsin has been ripping out a year ago since they gave 42 points against Iowa. They want this one. They're looking at their schedule for the rest of the year, saying we're screwed. No way we're going to beat Oregon. No way we're going to
But
beat.
there's still a couple that they have circled, and you assume this is one of them.
This is the one. This is the game they care most about, and that's what scares me. And that
Yeah.
they made it a night game, and God, it's terrible timing. Like I was watching them play against Michigan, I'm like, shit, we're going to catch Wisconsin at a bad time. But there's no
Yeah, I know.
excuses. So you got to go and win this game. You have to.
Well, and that's like right. That's the Big Ten. Like you don't want to be in a conference where you're like, okay, this is a snooze week. You can coast. Like there shouldn't be any coast weeks. And I hope that that the coaching staff is not saying, yeah, we should outmatch them in every single way. This is a game that we should win. Like don't worry about it, boys. Like this is stuff you say as a fan, but that they're preparing just as hard for this opponent as they will for Penn State the following week.
I don't like this game.
Oh no.
I don't like this game. Don't like it one bit, Bryce. And I'm saying.
So are you putting your money down on Wisconsin?
If I was a Wisconsin fan, yeah, I would take Wisconsin money line in this game. I would heavily. Yep. No, maybe not heavily, but I would definitely have an okay amount of money on it. If they were to win, I feel pretty good about my returns. Why not? This is your last chance of the season. Really have any fun, Yeah.
I know. I think you're right. I think it does kind of feel like a trap. I'm going to decide maybe midweek what I want to do with my money, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, the biggest question is if Gronowski comes back in. It's not looking promising, so don't be surprised if you see a little Hank Brown out there, and where we just hand the ball off and try to throw screen passes all game long, and it's going to be a game of low scoring. So it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game the entire game. There's no doubt about that.
The reports for Gronowski are just so weird. The official report is there is no report. Like what? Like he is to be determined. Well, dude, at that point, just say he's out. Like if he's not fully healthy, like do we even want him to be out there?
Oh, here's the thing. Even if he comes back and he's feeling pretty damn healthy, Kirk Ferentz has seen enough. He's like, no more doing what you did in the past. We're going to limit you everywhere we possibly can. So we lost the full potential of Gronowski already, just knowing how the style of Kirk Ferentz is.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting. I also think we probably saw the worst of Hank Brown, right? Like he looked nervous. You're playing against a great opponent. Like you're in a tough situation coming in mid-game.
He's had 2 weeks to practice now.
He's had 2 weeks to practice. I do think he has a pretty decent arm. I like some of the time, like his decisions, not so much, but I like his intangibles.
The only problem is that you come into an Iowa offense. It's different than stepping into like a TCU offense where the game's going to make you feel more comfortable, right? Slinging the ball around. Now you're I can only imagine the feeling stepping in as an Iowa quarterback and Iowa offense feeling like you're enclosed, I think you're so limited in what you possibly can do just because of style of play.
Yeah, and you're stepping on eggshells because like you get your 3 chances a game to really make a play, and if like you don't make them on that, you just kind of feel like the playbook's closed. It just seems like such a tough position to be in.
Yeah, and as always, as the week progresses, I'll feel better about Iowa moving for that game. But come game time, I'll be sick just because it's a night game. You got to wait for it all day. You're at Wisconsin where we've had their number. Things just they don't add up for Iowa right now when you're looking at it. So give me a good game. Give me a good game. All right, Bryce. Well, there is no top 5 segment ranking this week because we are bringing on your fiance Darrian. I'm bringing on my wife Madison as they're going to be ranking their favorite fall activities / states here in the state of Iowa. Madison, is Darrian ready?
Let me go grab her.
Okay, go grab her.
I think she's ready to go.
Yeah. Hello. We had the first one. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you sound so good.
Hi.
Yes. It is nice to hear a different voice than us 2 dudes here in this podcast.
Switch it up.
All right, Madison, here you go. Don't put us in jail.
No promises.
Sweetie.
You shouldn't have to touch anything on here.
I can't wait to hear this. You guys have a peanut
shit.
gallery.
What's up?
Look at that
Hell
fresh
yeah.
face. Look at those fresh faces on.
How's it going? Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah, you guys start whenever. You don't have to do a lot of intro. We already kind of introed it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, hell yes, Darrian. We made it finally on the pod. Let's go.
I know. I'm kinda nervous,
trying
to be
distract me
honest.
this entire time. Get out of here. All right, well, we should probably do just a very, very brief introduction. My name is Madison. I'm Nate's wife.
And I'm Darrian. I'm Bryce's fiance.
All right, Darrian, tell them what our topic is today, and then let's just get into it. Then you give your first one on the list.
Perfect. We are gonna do fall date nights for the boys.
Hell yeah!
My very first one I have is an at-home Halloween date night.
All right.
So go get pumpkins. You can get a carving kit anywhere for like $2. Buy a bottle of wine, order some pizza. That would be like ideal.
I love that you included
Date
the
night.
wine in there. Man, those wine nights,
Yeah, you have
they can get
to.
pretty interesting. That's a
Crazy.
great one to start off with. I didn't even think about like at home ideas, so that's awesome. My first one on the list is a classic. You probably have it on your list somewhere. It has to be mentioned, the pumpkin patch. Starting out strong here.
Yes.
So, you know what?
Absolutely.
Guys hate them. I'm not even convinced that girls like going to them, but we gotta get those.
No, I agree.
We gotta get those pics for the gram. I mean, cuffing season, which means there's no better way to hard launch a new relationship except getting those pics at the fucking
true.
patch to put it on the gram. And I know myself,
That is so true.
as an Instagram viewer, how else am I supposed to know that you're in a loving, healthy relationship unless I see a picture of you guys at the fucking patch? I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't make the rules. I just abide by them. Like if there's not a couple pic on
it's
there,
fake if you don't have a picture.
exactly. You're either single or it's just
Yeah.
a terrible relationship. Boom, I said it.
Agreed. That's actually, I had that as my second was pumpkin patches, but I like specifically put Wilson's Orchard.
Oh,
like
alright.
just a little shout out to some of my faves.
Heck yeah, I wish I had one to name, but I haven't actually been to pumpkin patch in years because my relationship isn't good. No, I'm just kidding.
It's trash.
We're actually trash. All these date ideas, we're not doing any of them.
Yeah, I've actually never done this at all. I just made it up.
Yeah, we're probably not the right people to listen for on this.
I know. But it's funny you said that about the pumpkin patches because that's what I feel like pumpkin patches now are so like extravagant because nobody really wants to go.
No, there's
So they like Wilson's, they have like a corn maze. They have like a spot you can go and eat at.
oh, that's
A full
awesome.
like bakery and everything. So I'm like, I think they are trying to up their game.
I was gonna say because they know
'Cause
you're
nobody
just.
really just wants to walk around.
As I say, you're just wandering around looking for more photo op areas. Like at least have some
Yes.
food and drink there. That's good. I like that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, my next one on my list here. This is a classic for the state of Iowa. Everyone who's lived in the state has done this at some point in their life. It's the let's just drive around. Okay, hear me out. It's fall. It's pretty. You got the leaves changing. Go for a drive. Have no destination in mind. You get to just chit chat in the car. It's fairly cheap, other than the gas prices nowadays that we don't need to talk about. But you could take this one step further, and you could do a drive around with a side by side or like an ATV. Maybe, maybe find yourself a good trail to go down. Look at the pretty fall colors. Maybe find yourself a little stream or pond or something to sit by. It's fun. It's adventurous. You could even make this romantic. Pack a little picnic. You know, get your blanket out. Have those cold meat sandwiches, and it's gonna taste so good after that ATV ride. Come on, one of my top date ideas ever. It's awesome. Highly recommend.
That's a really good idea.
Thank you.
Mine, I did haunted houses. I think
Yes.
a haunted house, I love haunted houses. I'm just going to put that out there.
Hell yeah.
But I did my Heart of Darkness in Waterloo.
Okay.
Have you guys been there?
I have. It's been a long time, but I have. I'm not a huge haunted house fan because I'm kind of a scaredy cat. But no, you're right. I actually had that on my list as well because, I mean, come on. Like, if you're a guy and you need a good date idea, what better way to show
Yeah.
that you're strong, fearless, you're a protector things might get a little touchy feely too, you know. I mean, she might need to hold your hand. She might need to jump in your arms. You could catch her.
Right. Well, and for like a group, like if it's like a first date too, it's nice to be like, oh, let's get like the whole group together.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. You guys can all like trauma bond together.
Literally.
Hey, you know what?
That's what it's really about.
It can actually turn kind of funny too. Did you see that viral video of the guy? He's in a haunted house and there's like a monster, ghost, or whatever that pops out, and he immediately starts dancing. He starts doing the Macarena, and the ghost starts doing it back to him. And you haven't seen this? Oh, you gotta look this up. One of my favorite videos. And then they get to the point where like you grab your butt and you spin and turn, so they're back to back, and the guy just takes off running. Hilarious.
That's so funny.
Think about it. If you were on a date with a guy and he freaking did that, hilarious. I would probably marry him on the spot. Like that's a funny
I was just gonna say I'm proposing immediately. Absolutely. Like this guy knows how to have a good time.
Genius, whoever thought about that. No, I love that. That was also gonna be one of mine on my list. Oh, and to take it, I guess, a step further, I don't know if you knew this too. Adventureland has like a fall themed where they like season, I guess, if you will, where they have like a whole bunch of haunted houses at their park. And Valley Fair, Valley Fair has this too. I went to Valley Scare one year. That's what it's called, Valley Scare. So you could like go on the roller coasters all day, have yourself a funnel cake, and then hit up some haunted houses.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we should actually do that one. Put that down.
That's actually a good idea.
Mark that on our bucket list. We got to do one of these.
We just had in Waukee, we have like 1 million car washes, and I don't know what is happening, but like right next to each other. Anyway, one of them, they're doing a haunted like car wash, so you can take your car wash.
No way.
And like, yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of scared of car washes anyway, so that makes sense.
I know. I'm like, actually, that's a really good idea, but I don't think I will do it. Yeah. I don't think I could.
That would be really
that's like scarier than a haunted house.
You can't run away. You can't do your dance and then run away. Like you're stuck in the car.
Exactly.
Interesting.
That's actually like such a Nate move.
Yeah.
I can see Nate doing that.
Oh, really funny. I could actually too. I just love that the monster's just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to do this back. You know what?
Like,
we should get a job working at some of these haunted houses so we can do this to like the guests. That would actually be a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of trailing off topic here.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. What's your next one here?
Houses too much. Okay. This kind of goes with your drive around, but I did ledges in Makokata Caves. Again, it's beautiful out.
Yeah.
Stop and get her an iced pumpkin latte.
Heck yeah.
I actually don't like those, but you can,
Me neither.
go get some coffee. Go walk around ledges. Same thing.
Yeah.
Or a picnic. But it's so nice this time of year too. Besides the black bugs, but some bug spray.
Yeah, we've had kind of a weird year for that. That's kind of unfortunate. You just wear some pants. It's gonna get cold here soon. You'll be all right. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Also, yeah. Okay, my next one. This might be a little bit complicated for a lot of people, but we're living in the great state of Iowa and it's harvest. I had to bring this up, guys. Take your girl for a ride in a big green tractor. All right. We love a good hardworking man. Who is more hardworking than our farmers? Boom.
Preach. That's a good one.
Yeah, thank you. It's backwards in my relationship because I'm the farmer, so I take Nate for a ride.
I was literally just gonna ask you that. Like, did you take
that is
Nate?
Not how I got him, but that was the cherry on top.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And like so easy again, cheap that you don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah. Not to bring the cold meat sandwiches back into this too, but like they taste so good when you're out in the field.
Oh yeah, I bet. My last one, they're all kind of the same. You had really good ones. I did Bloomsbury Farm in Atkins. Have you heard of this?
I've heard a little bit, but tell me more.
More just like I feel like every season they do like the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
And they have what for Halloween. They just did like the movie night. Oh my gosh, what's that Halloween movie with the three sisters?
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Heck yeah. Classic.
Yeah. But I think they just did it. I don't know if they replay it, but I was
That'd
like,
actually be really cool.
Go sit in the park and watch a movie.
I didn't even think, I guess kind of going off the haunted house theme, scary movies. Now that we're kind of talking about movies,
yeah,
that's great. That's an awesome idea. No, I mean, I guess Hocus Pocus isn't very scary, but but it's a good
I know.
one.
But that's what I like. I do not like scary movies. Like, have
Yeah.
me over for some Halloween Town.
Oh,
I'm
what a
sold.
great. I mean, there's a few of those movies. It's Nate's favorite. We watch them every year. That's a great idea. Although,
know.
if we're talking first date ideas here, please don't text your girl and say, "Hey, come over." Come on, we're over that. This is why we're giving you all these
No.
date ideas so we can get out and do things. Here we go.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you don't have to ask her also,
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
Oh,
No.
I hate that. Yeah.
Take some initiative.
That's a great point to bring up
Easy.
in all of this. You know, as we're giving you guys some fantastic date ideas, you take the initiative of text. I mean, she can do the same thing. I guess I shouldn't play sides here,
Yeah.
but how awesome is it? Especially like you have a long day at work or something. They text you, "Hey, I got this idea. We're going to do it." That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, my last one here. Now, bear with me a little bit on this one. So, there's another season that is upon us. Hunting season. It's not what you think, okay? If you need a little bit of target practice, this is paintballing.
I'm scared.
Paintballing is what I'm getting at. Now, come on, hear me out.
That's
Hear me out. You want to go on a date, but you also really want to get some good target practice in. On a moving target. Come on.
That's so funny.
Your girl's gonna be freaking dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodging you. She's gonna be having a good time. It's fun. It's a competitive atmosphere, which can be really good for a date. There's probably gonna be a little flirtatious banter going on. Who's gonna win sort of situation. If you're good, she's gonna be impressed that you're a deadeye. Plus, like, how cool is it? Like, especially if you get married, let's say, down the road, and you get to say one of your first dates was paintballing. Like, that's fucking badass.
So cool.
I don't have that.
Yeah, that's
I
so
wish
cool.
I did.
Damn it, Nate.
I actually have never been paintballing, so I don't actually know how this all goes down. But I'm imagining it would be pretty cool.
I think it'd be so fun and like so unique too, which is also I'm proposing immediately
Right?
if somebody does that.
Exactly.
Like, that's so cool. I'd be like, that was so thoughtful.
Yeah.
Like, you really went out there.
Yeah. I put a
And
lot
if
of thought
you
in
win,
this.
like if the girl wins, that's even better. Like, that'd be so cool.
And again, a little trauma
keep your
bonding
eye on that.
experience if you guys both is covered in bruises.
Remember that time we shot each other? That was so fun.
It was so fun. See, actually would be like such a cool memory there. I love it.
I know. Maybe get some anger out too. Like, that is actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do want to give like a
amazing.
honorable mention to some classic good date ideas, especially when it's kind of colder outside, but like bowling, winery hopping, brewery hopping, amazing. Don't encourage
Yes.
drinking and driving, but a lot of fun.
For sure.
Hurling hatchets. Everyone loves throwing axes.
Yeah, that's so good.
I've always wanted to do a rage room. I've never actually done it. We're very angry people after I'm thinking about all this.
Yeah.
Man.
I actually have done a rage room.
Really?
It's very fun. Yeah.
I've
They
always
have one at the mall here.
I think
It was way cool.
I think there's one here in town, but I've never actually looked it up. But I would love that. That'd be so fun to do that.
Yeah. My favorite part was honestly throwing like the glass bottles. And I was like, well,
Ugh.
I should just save up bottles and do that at home. But
Yeah, where do they get all their
still, it
materials
was a lot of
from?
fun.
I could like donate some of my stuff. To
I
them.
know.
What we
Literally,
what we do
probably
in
just Goodwill.
what we do in my house when we have an old TV, we take it to my parents' house and we do a little shooting practice at it.
Yes. Didn't you guys blow it up?
Yeah, we put some
Or
tenor,
something?
shoot it from 200 yards away, watch that thing blow up. Oh yeah, Nate would say that's one of his
amazing.
favorite dates.
For sure. I could see that.
Yeah, although
I
it
do remember you guys doing that.
could be a little dangerous if you're not trained. Luckily, my dad's always around when we're doing it, but
Yeah. And you have,
Yeah.
that's fun.
yeah.
My last thing that I have, this is not a
Yeah.
date idea, but one of the girlies has Nate asked you to be a spooky little ghost for Halloween yet?
What? No,
Have you heard of this?
I have not heard of this. Tell me.
Every like season, you know, like Valentine's, they're like, you haven't asked me to be your
Oh,
Valentine.
yeah.
What's a thing that girls have like taken the trend to like every month. And so it's like this funny thing that I've seen on TikTok, and I saw it on TikTok and she was like, I'm, really a little sad you haven't asked me to be your spooky little ghost for Halloween.
I'm mad now.
I
didn't
know.
know
I
this was a
haven't been
thing.
asked either,
How
unfortunately.
rude. Dang.
So ask your girl to be.
There we go. She probably knows what
Your
the trend is.
spooky little
I just don't.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Even so cute.
Yeah. I have heard of like the boo baskets where you're supposed to
Yes.
throw a whole bunch of goodies together and give it to her. I mean, come on. We always love a good gift. Boo basket
I
sounds
know.
awesome.
Bryce actually did that last year, which shocked me.
Nice.
But yeah, I think we had just moved in the townhouse and literally got me a boo basket and all my favorite stuff in there. And I was like, who
Heck
have
yeah.
you been talking to?
Yeah.
Because that was a great
Instagram.
Yeah, literally.
It was
on TikTok too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all the TikTok videos that are coming up. But no, that's awesome.
But yeah, that's so easy too. Get a little boo
Yeah.
basket.
I mean, you can just go to
Watch a movie
Dollar
or
Tree
something.
and get stuff, or Target, like the
Literally, it's so easy.
dollar section in Target or whatever. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Throw some wine in there
Get some
again because
snacks,
we
some
know we love
drinks.
our wine.
We love wine.
We do.
Hard cider. Actually, me and you
Yeah,
are big into the.
We are big cider
orchards,
drinkers.
but,
Mhm. Oh, even from
not
like
too
a
much this weekend.
brewery, a good cider.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Mm.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
We're just making it so easy on the guys.
we are. They're probably gonna get mad at us if we keep rambling on. I don't really know when we're supposed to stop, but I do want to put the plug in for us, guys. Give us a little bit of love. It's our first podcast. We'd love to.
Yeah,
be nice. We'd love to come back as regulars. I know you guys just want to hear mine and Darian's voice more often than the boys. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we're way cuter too.
But that's come on, that's a given. No, but seriously, if there's any like topics or advice or anything, put it in the comments, DM us or something. If you guys want to hear the girls of Iowa chill more, you guys gotta let the boys know.
Yeah, we're very helpful.
Yes, absolutely. I don't really know how they sign off this podcast because I hate to say this, but I've never actually really listened to it. But
I've never listened to it.
Should we come up with our tagline?
Yeah, what should we do?
Well, it's Iowa chill, so should we be like, stay chill, Iowa? Is that too cheesy?
That's good. Stay chill, boys.
Oh, I love it.
Stay nice and chill.
Perfect.
And it makes sense because it's chilly season.
It is. I love it. All right. Stay chill, boys.
Okay. Stay chill.